So I'm going to tell you a wee grim story that's called Sorrow and Joy. And it's about community action. Right, so it's a village, not that different from Portskerra. Portskerra is a big round village like this, so anywhere you are, anything you're doing, somebody is seeing you. That's for sure. And in this village, there was a man and a woman. But you know this, the man had problems with anger. He wasn't happy. It wasn't a happy house. He'd get angry and he would sometimes hit out, lose the rag, throw things, hit her. And the village were fed up of it. And they went and they found their minister, a young minister. And they said to him, you're going to have to do something hard for us, neighbours. You can go and speak to him. Well, the young minister thought to himself, that's a hard thing to do. But he came up with a strategy. He went down, he saw the man and he said, I want to talk to you about anger and how bad that is. And I want to talk to you about sorrow and joy. And that's what a marriage is. It's sharing sorrow and joy. And you know this? The man seemed to take it on board. And for ages, the village was happy. Everybody was happy. But then one day, the village could hear shouting. And then they saw the woman running from the cottage and she was just out of there like a rabbit. And he was after her. And as he's running, he picks up a big clod of peat and he hefts it after her. And it misses. And the village go, yes, he missed. And she's like, yes. And off she goes. And he's like, ah. And as he's running, he sees this wee rock and he picks up the rock and he takes a better aim this time and he skips it along at her and it catches her right on the back of the leg. And the villager's like, oh! And she's like, ow! Ow! And he's like, yes! So the village goes back to the minister and they say, you're going to have to talk to him again. So the man comes down, sees the fella and he says, thought we had that conversation about sorrow and joy. And the man says, I'm doing it, to the letter, sorrow and joy. You ask the village, they've all seen us. The minister says, what? Yes, when I picked up that clod of peat and I flung it at her and it missed, I was full of sorrow. And she was full of joy, and so were the villagers. And then when I picked up that wee boulder and I hefted it at her and I got her on the back of the leg, oh, man, I was full of joy. And she and the villagers full of sorrow. And the minister said, very clever. Once, not again. So what we have there is a story about a very obvious bad thing, something illegal, bad. But what we're dealing with here tonight, what I'm talking to you about, is something that isn't as obvious. Like about 4 years ago, they made this law that said you needed an entertainment license if you're going to have a guitarist in a pub, if you're going to have an event at your village hall. We pay £300 odd to the council here to have an event in our hall. So before we've even done anything, we have to make almost £400 to get a license to entertain one another and come together and celebrate our culture. And we not only need an entertainment license, we also need a PRS license because we have Donald here playing music. We need public liability. We need a whole host of things. And there's none of those here. I have no entertainment license. I have no PRS. I have no public liability. Let me tell you, actually, I have no house insurance, so you know. So do you think what we're doing here is illegal? If it is, just hold your ticket up. Just hold it up. Is it illegal? This is our culture. This is how we bond together. This is how we come together as a community and we welcome other folk in. So if you think it's illegal, you best go home now. Close your door, watch your TV and forget about the rest of us. But you know, there's one other thing that's illegal in Scotland, and that's drinking outside. So, you know, like the Cantarach and the Pushtabil, we could just kind of carry on, have a wee drink, and go old school Scot and just forget about what's legal and illegal and just have a great time. But you know this? The other thing that's really illegal is you're not allowed to dance. You can't dance without an entertainment license.
I can't dance with one.
Sometimes you can't
Can't dance with one.